Should I fear God? I watched this interview about a motivational speaker that left Christianity for Islam, and his reason was that Christians do not fear God. That if it's the same God that created all things, then he should be feared. Then another instant, I heard a Christian preacher say that God cannot empower a man that does not fear him, that to walk in the power of God is to be bound by the fear of God. These are conflicting and very controversial scriptural exegesis. And what is the fear of God? Among the three major religions, Christianity seems to be the most liberal or probably the most negligent when it comes to the practical doctrine of the fear of God. Religious institutions see the fear of God as that thing that binds one with God. So in order to ensure compliance, they set up as doctrine, laws, codes of conduct, and the penalties for violating those laws. They create an ecosystem to enforce the fear of God. Isaiah 29 verse 13 says that these people draw near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far away from me. And their fear towards me are taught by precepts, by the doctrine of men. Meaning that the fear of God is not bound by laws or lip service, that the fear of God is a posture of your heart. And later we'll find Jesus in Matthew 15 quoting from this same Isaiah as rebuking the Pharisees and the scribes, the holiest of their time, and telling them that what they teach as doctrine is not the fear of God but tradition, the doctrine of men. And by so doing, that tradition has nullified the word, the potency of the concept of God. You see, anything that binds you is not from God. Anything that is not hard-driven cannot be given to God. Anything that tries to enforce compliance, anything that tries to truncate the liberty of choice is not of God. From the first Adam to the second Adam, choice has always been the major factor for interacting with God. Even to the point of your eternal damnation, your choice is not truncated. So any worship or prayer session, Bible study, or even fasting that is not the product of choice, but one that either binds you as a result of association or religious rituals, is not of God, but of men. What then is the fear of God? Psalm 25 verse 14 says that the Lord confides in those who fear him, and he reveals to them the secrets that commits him as God to man. We know that the foundation of love is secret, that you are drawn affectionately to the one that you share secrets with. So if the fear of God is a posture of your heart, if the fear of God means the secret of God, then we can say unequivocally that the fear of God is love. It's like, imagine with me a bit, it's like walking with a beautiful dove on your shoulders. Three things will change immediately. Number one, the way you think, because you are now more focused on the bird. Number two, the way you walk, you wouldn't walk like you normally do. You will now be more gentle so as to keep it steady. And then number three, the way you talk, you'll be slow to speak and tender not to scare it off. These are the traits that are likened to the people that are led by the spirit of the fear of God. So when somebody insults you or revile you, it's like having mud water in front of you. You see, jumping over it is like letting them have it. No, you cannot dump those emotional mess on me. But if the beauty of companionship with the bird is worth something to you, you would rather walk right through the mud and ensuring that it stays than to jump over the mud and risking it flying away. This is what is called the fear of God. The fear of God is not fear in its literal sense, because there's no fear in love. It's that you are constantly looking over your shoulders. Yes, it's my right to defend myself, but the effect on the bird is more consequential to me. The effect it will have on my intimacy is weightier than the satisfaction that action would allegedly have on me emotionally. The fear of God is not a fear that binds you, for the spirit that you have received is not the spirit of the bondage to fear again. Romans 8 verse 15. The fear of God is more of love, the reverence that gives you a higher standard of living. It affects the way you walk, the way you talk, it affects the way you think, and it affects the way you treat another. And most importantly, it stems from the heart. It's a product of choice. God bless you.